channel. So for today's video, we're going to be doing a review, demo, wear test on the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Foundation. I got mine in the shade Medium 80W. It comes in 42 shades and it's $16 for the foundation, which is a pretty good price. You can get healthy looking skin with medium buildable coverage. I'm looking for a foundation that I can wear, an everyday foundation, something that's not too heavy, something that's really lightweight, that looks natural on the skin. And from the reviews that I've seen, it looks really nice. So that's why I wanted to try it, and I figured I'd go ahead and just do like a quick first impression wear test and everything today. So that's what we're gonna do. So my skincare has already been done. I did that early this morning whenever I washed my face and everything. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with the primers that I usually go in with. They're primers that I trust, that I know that I love, that work with every foundation that I pretty much use. So that's what I'm gonna test out this foundation with today. I'm gonna go in first with the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. And then I'm also going to go with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and this one is going to go mainly in this area right here, just where my pores are more prominent. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to apply on this side. I'm going to apply using my brush, and then on the other side I'm going to apply using a sponge. The brush that I'm going to be using is the Heavenly Looks brush by IT Cosmetics, which is one of my favorite foundation brushes. And then I'm going to use the e.l.f. sponge on the other side. Normally whenever I apply my foundation, I go in with a brush first and then I just perfect it with a sponge. So I may end up doing that anyway, but I just kind of want to see how it applies first using both tools. I'm going to pump a tiny bit of that on the back of my hand. So this is about a pump and a half. It's not like super runny, but it is more on the runny side than the thicker side. The color that I got looks like it's a little bit light for me. So this probably isn't gonna work whenever I get darker this summer, but if I like it, I can always go darker. But actually, if it ends up oxidizing, it'll probably be perfect. It gave me really good coverage, and I still have plenty of foundation on my hand. So the pump and a half, I didn't even use. I mean, I probably could do a pump on my entire face and it'd be fine. So now I'm gonna go in with the rest of that and put it on the other side of my face with a sponge. So I think it does oxidize because it looks a lot lighter when I first apply it than after it's already been setting on my face. Okay, so that is the foundation with the sponge. And honestly, I think I prefer the side with the brush a lot more. I just feel like I got better coverage with the one on this side with the brush than I did with the sponge. The sponge kind of sheared it out a little bit, but usually that's what a sponge does. It makes it to where you only use the product that you need on your face and it absorbs any of the excess product. So it doesn't look bad. I just really like the finish of the sponge better than, or I like the finish of the brush better than the sponge. Just gonna go in with a tiny bit more right here in this area where I feel like it needs a little bit more coverage. And then I'm gonna take the brush to blend that out because I really like the way that it looked with the brush. And I think the color is not bad. I can work with this color, add a little bit more bronzer whenever I get darker and just kind of play with it. But yeah, this is gonna be a good shade. Feels really lightweight on the skin. Doesn't look like I'm wearing a lot of makeup. Blended in really nicely. I do prefer the brush over the sponge just because it gives it a tiny bit more coverage. So far so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup and then I'll come back once all that is done, just so we can see what it's looked like after a few minutes of setting on the face. Okay, the rest of the makeup is done. It's been setting on my face for probably about half an hour to 45 minutes. It is currently 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm gonna wear this for at least 5 to 6 hours. I'm also going to the gym tonight. I have a spin class, so I'm probably gonna wear it there just to see how it wears through like sweat and workout. But this is basically my initial check-in after applying the foundation, letting it set on the skin for a little bit, and with everything else on top, powders, concealers, bronzers, highlight, everything looks really good so far. My skin feels nice. It feels really lightweight. The color actually matched really well. It did oxidize, so I would recommend, if you're going to buy it, buy a shade that is probably a little bit lighter than your natural skin tone, because it is going to change. But I wouldn't go too much darker at all, because then it'll be too dark for your skin tone. But yeah, it looks really good, really feels nice, really lightweight. And yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and get about my day, do some things around the house, watch some TV, have lunch, and then I'll check in with you guys in a couple of hours. So it is 6:15 and I've been wearing the foundation for about 5 hours, I think, and it is looking a little bit greasy in the forehead area and right here, like next to the nose. There's a little bit of separation in the crease of my nose, and it did sink into my smile lines just a tiny bit. Not like really bad, but you can tell. There's foundations that do it a lot worse than this, so this actually isn't too bad. Everywhere else it looks really good still. It looks really healthy. It still doesn't feel heavy, even though I look a little bit oily around certain parts of the face. It doesn't feel like gross or anything. It just looks kind of oily. So not too bad. I think I could use this like as my everyday foundation, but I wouldn't use it for like something if I was gonna have like a long day and I needed my makeup to last. I probably wouldn't wear this foundation for that type of a situation, but like for an everyday, it's perfect. I think it's great. I'm gonna wear it to the gym just to see like how it holds up. I'm not gonna touch up or anything. I'm just gonna leave it as is, and then I'll check in after the gym. I have a feeling that most of it is probably gonna be gone because I sweat a lot during the cycling classes, but either way, I just still want to see like how it holds up. So I'm gonna get ready for the gym, head out that way, and then I'll be back to let you know what my final thoughts on the foundation are, and we'll see how it looks after a workout. So I'll be back. Okay, we're back. It is the end of the night. It is 9:13, so I've been wearing the foundation for at least 8 hours, and I just got back from the gym about half an hour ago, and I'm pretty impressed actually, because it did hold up throughout my workout. I did sweat, but I didn't rub or, you know, like try to wipe the sweat off so that I wouldn't rub the makeup off with it. It is looking a little heavy and cakey right in this area here and on my forehead. Some of it has rubbed off on my chin and on my nose, but that's from wearing the mask. Everything else is still in place. Blush, bronzer, highlight, everything still looks good, other than like just right here and here. It just looks kind of heavy, kind of oily, a little cakey right around here, and that could be the concealer that I used. It could have been the powder that I set the concealer with. So I'm gonna try it with different powders, different concealers, and see if that changes anything. So my final thoughts on the foundation are that it's a good foundation. I really liked it. I'm gonna continue to use it and kind of share it in future videos and see how it goes. But as of now, I like it. I think it lasted pretty decent for the 8 hours that I wore it. I mean, I put it through a nap. I put it through a cardio workout. So to me, for that amount of activity, I feel like it looks good. But yeah, I think that's it, you guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with me. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.